Hi there. Now, if you're dreading a huge energy bill after the recent freezing weather, we've all had the heating up, haven't we? Then there might be some good news on the horizon. Martin Lewis is here to tell us all about it. 3 energy companies slashing their prices.
Yeah, I mean, we heard the first one was way back in February when British Gas said it was going to cut gas prices. Now, this is all gas prices only, not electricity prices. So it was going to cut its gas prices, standard and online prices, by 7%. And then last week, we heard Scottish and Southern Energy saying it was going to slash its prices by between 4 and 9%, and it depends where you are and depends on the region. Then yesterday, E.ON said it was going to cut gas prices by around 6%. Now, I should say Scottish and Southern and E.ON's gas prices won't actually happen until the 29th and 31st of March, but they have been announced. So that's 3 of the big 6 have now cut. Cut isn't as big as it could have been. Remember, prices were going up 30–35% last year. Ofgem, the regulator, is gnashing at these companies, saying, your prices, the price you pay, has dropped like a stone. Come on, you should be cutting our prices. So it's a bit of a sop, but we shouldn't, you know, let's not be too disingenuous.
Anything's better than nothing.
We always scream at them for putting their prices up, and for once prices are coming down a bit.
So great, those 3 have gone. What about the others?
Well, let me give you my impression of a gas and electricity company. Nah! That was a sheep, by the way. They are like sheep. Where one moves, the rest will follow. It's an absolute herd mentality. Yes, this crew all laughing in the background. It's a herd mentality.
I think they're crying, actually. I think they're a bit distressed.
One of them thought it was a dolphin.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know, I realised it was a bit goatish, wasn't it? It's it, bear. That would have been better. Anyway, the point is they have a sheep mentality. When one moves, the rest follow. Massive pressure on them all to drop prices. Very competitive market for switchers out there. So I reckon within the next month, we'll see most of the other 3 dropping prices too.
OK, so if they're all going to drop, is now the time to switch? We always talk about this. When's the right time?
Well, I mean, you could argue, well, if they're all going to drop and you're with this one, you don't want to leave that company to go to a cheaper one and then find your prices being cut. But frankly, that's all irrelevant at the moment. The average person on a standard tariff is paying around £1,150 to £1,200 a year on average. The average person on a cheap online tariff, which is where you get billed online, of which is about 10% of customers, even though there are 78% of internet users, is about £900 a year. 250 quid cheaper. So all of this is a nonsense compared to doing a comparison and switching to the cheapest online tariff. I mean, most people can save 250 quid. It's huge. Just get on the comparison sites or call them up. You don't have to be on the internet. Find out who's cheapest for you. Huge, huge savings. You really should be doing it. People are wasting a fortune.
And very, very briefly, what if you capped your tariff?
Well, if you're on a long-term old-fashioned cap and you're paying a lot more, you know, work out how much you'd save by switching. If that's 300 quid and the penalty for leaving is 75 quid, leave.